Hello, hello. Hi, ladies. Happy Friday. Welcome to day 10 of the Grow with Grace experience. You made it. Hi, Lane. Hi, Tanya. And hello, everyone else on Facebook. So good to have you here. We are on day 10, and so I'm just going to get going because we've got a lot to cover today. But again, thank you all for being part of this experience. It has been fun to get to know you more, to be able to see what's going on in your business, to be praying with you, and just standing in agreement with all the amazing things that God has for you in your life. So I hope you are feeling a little bit more clarity, have a little bit more confidence, or maybe it's not even confidence. Maybe you're just doing it in complete obedience, knowing that God has called you and He's going to give you everything you need along the way. So I have to see okay, I'm going to admit some people. All right, diving in, ladies. The Grow with Grace Masterclass. So today is how to triple your income with what I call a high touch hybrid offer. So the masterclass, what we're going to be covering today is I'm going to be sharing a little bit more about this new model of coaching because I have been loving it. It doesn't require endless launches or creating new offers monthly. I'm going to show you how to confidently raise your prices without leaving anyone behind, and how you can actually quickly scale your coaching business even if you don't have a large following or don't want to work full time. Now, if you have excitedly made New Year's resolutions, maybe you made a prayer or vision board at the beginning of 2023, and you're like, this is my year, I am going all in, I'm either launching or I'm really, giving it my everything. But as we're coming to the end of Q1 and you're not any closer, I just want to let you know that it's okay. Like, this is not your fault. And even if you started or you haven't started, or maybe you have, but you still feel like you're floundering a little bit. You're concerned that you can't succeed, even with a low ticket course or program. I just want you to put those fears to rest, because again, the enemy wants you to think that you can't do this. This is when he comes in, and while you are planting those seeds and you're watering them, this is his time to have a heyday, and he just wants to rip them out. And so even if, you heard that, early on last week, when we did the why exercise, and it was either about being the fullest version of yourself or being obedient to this calling that God has for you, we know that, this is when the enemy likes to come in and plant those seeds of doubt. And so I'm here to show you a much easier way, how you can actually let go of 80% of what you're doing or thinking about doing, and just focus on one hybrid offer and one method to attract those clients that God's calling you to. Okay. Keep letting people in. Happy to see you guys. Welcome, welcome. Okay. So my goal for this masterclass is to learn to do business with God from a place of joy, ease, and flow. The steps to partnering with Him so that you can have a sustainable business by taking everything that He has given you, your gifts, talents, and skills, and putting it into one offer that your clients love, but allows you to work part-time hours while tripling what you are currently bringing in. So you've already heard that I love this book. Again, I read from it earlier, Provision by Sean Bowles. We're going to be reading from a different section today. I have to have you hear his heart and his calling. And so this is where it's so important. Again, we need to step out of our own way, get out of our own head, lean into the truth about his word and his promises. So today, we're going to be hearing from God. So before time began, and close your eyes if you want to, just pretend that this is the voice of God and he is talking to you specifically. Before time began, I dreamed of you and how you would shine. I created you to have influence and I formed you to be loved. I formed you to carry favor. And it is how you are wired. I'm developing in you the ability to shine from the highest place that you can in your lifetime because you were made for influence. You were made to be a role model and to set a standard. My fruit in your spirit and character make you distinct. People will want to be around you, work with you, serve you, and give to you. And I have called you to be a resource center full of information, solutions, counsel, talent, gifts, and love. People will wonder how you are so full of grace, and they will bless you from their own resources and influence because influence attracts and multiplies influence. I am enlarging your sphere of influence. I'm preparing you for great multiplication. Just like Daniel, Joseph, and Esther occupied positions of influence, they are a prototype for my influence and favor in action for you and this generation. I am placing favor on your life. I want to put so much love and purpose in you that when you walk into the room, people will expect greatness from you. And even in your weakness, I will show off my strength and my delight. I will use your failures to bring restoration, not only to you, but to many. And your scars will protect many, up to a whole generation from the same pain. And just as my son grew in favor with man and in obedience to me, I am growing you in favor, that you can create momentum in your lifetime. And as you experience my provision of favor, you will feel an expanded and extended life of purpose as if your time is multiplied. You will not live in time poverty, but you will feel like you have more than enough because of my favor on your life and the resources that come with it. I'm going to bring you relationships with people that could never be accessed without me. Just as when Solomon was building my temple, my greatest craftsmen came together in one generation to help him. Then kings and queens came from everywhere to see what was built. They honored him in the nations, and his influence abounded so that everything he needed in order to walk in the fullness of my blessing was there. And just like the Queen of Sheba came and told Solomon, surely your God loves his people because he raised up a man like you, this is how I am creating favor in your life. People who I have called to recognize you will not know how to relate to you except to bless you. They will give you their entire network of friends, and you will be introduced way past your socioeconomic standing. You will be brought into a sphere of influence with people beyond your circle, career, influence, and your own social network. And as the provider, I brought my son into influence, showing him who to spend time with and how to pour his life into theirs. He went to places that no one expected, places that rabbis don't normally go. But I am also bringing you into places of influence that are rare and that you might not have picked for yourself. But you will delight in these places as you see them through my eyes, and they will multiply your impact. I am your provider of influence and favor. This is from the Lord. And if you guys are just joining, I just want to again, earlier I had read a section on from provision. This was on the section for provision of influence and favor. I want you guys to get this right. Okay, so at the end, stay tuned. We are doing a drawing for the $2,000 scholarship. I've got all your names in my little box here. And then, yeah, Christine. And then just know that I'm going to be presenting about my offer, the Prosperous Coach Mastermind, for anyone who wants to really walk out this calling that God has for them. I'm giving every single person a $777 scholarship if you apply by next week. Okay, so let's dive in. Who's Carrie Olson? Hopefully, after 10 days together, most of you know me, but just going to give you a little bit more details here today. So I am a licensed occupational therapist. I most recently worked at a school for the deaf until August of 21, when I finally quit to do my coaching full time. I have a million coaching certifications, actually just 9. But I just want to tell you that even if you don't have one, if you are called to coach, if you know that you have been through something and can help another person, then you are qualified. And I was also asked by a previous mentor of mine to coach the ladies in her program. And this might have been my best learning experience to date, because all those behind the scenes processes, tools, and systems of everything that she did to make $300,000 a month in her business, I got a firsthand view of how that happens. So that was pretty exciting. Personally, I'm a mom to a 20-year-old. She is on her way home from college right as we speak. I have 2 teens, 2 labs, and I'm a wife to Tig of 5 years. I'm currently living my most fulfilled life, but it hasn't always been this way. So I just want to highlight here that God is such a good father, that he loves us more than you can possibly imagine, and that he is so incredibly faithful. And I'm going to tell you just a snippet of that story. And it starts with my youngest daughter, Amelie. This is Amelie at our old house when she was probably about 7 years old. Now, in 2011, when I was diagnosed with cancer, my ex-husband was also diagnosed with bipolar. It was a really difficult time, obviously, for both of us, but it just ended up being too much for him. And I was out running errands one day. I came home and he was sitting on the front steps with his backpack on. And I walked up to him and he said, "I'm out of here. This isn't fun." And literally just walked down the sidewalk. It obviously pulled the rug out from underneath me. And even though I was still working full time, I was not making enough to make ends meet to pay for our mortgage. And so our house fell into foreclosure. This is also a little bit of what propelled me into the world of coaching, because after I had gone through cancer, I was like, wow, that was pretty awful. There is no way that I want anyone else to suffer the way I did. And that's what led me to health coaching, and actually, really got me out there. So, I was health coaching. I also joined a network marketing company, and I was working full time. Yet those 3 jobs were not enough to pay for our mortgage. Like I said before, our house was in foreclosure. Yet somehow, I shouldn't say somehow, yet God, he made a way for us to stay in our house for 4 years through 7 different sheriff sales. But on the 8th one, by now it was July of 2015, I walked out the door in the morning, I let the dog out at 7 a.m., and there he was again. Now, if you don't know anything about sheriff sales, which you probably don't, because I certainly didn't, they actually have to physically hand you papers letting you know, okay, Carrie, they're going to auction up your house at the Ramsey County Courthouse on this day and this time. So I was like, okay, we've already been through 7, like, praise God. He somehow, well, I keep saying somehow, he made a way that it didn't go through. But on this 8th one, I was like, okay, we've been blessed in this situation. I need to start preparing the kids. So I sat them down for their peanut butter and jelly sandwiches that evening. I told them that we would be moving, and kind of just wanted to prepare their hearts. I also said I need to be saving money. And so we have to cut out all your activities. And that was just heartbreaking for a mom, because, it was gymnastics and dance and basketball, the things that they love to do. And they nodded, but I could just see the fear in their eyes. And that just absolutely broke my heart. So as I'm running to the bathroom to try and avoid breaking down in tears in front of them, I closed the door, sobbing into the towels. I don't even know how long I was in there. But at one point, my youngest daughter, Amelie, she knocked on the door. And when I opened it up, she's standing there and she's got her little pink cheetah print suitcase and she unzips it. She says, "Mom, we're going to be okay. I have lots of things for us to sell for money." And she had run up to her room. She had packed that suitcase full of her seashells and rocks and books and Barbies. And I just was, the childlike faith in that moment, I was both overwhelmed, but it also just completely broke my heart because my youngest daughter should not feel responsible for that situation. And so that night, as I put them to bed, I was on my knees and I just said, "Lord, I surrender. I give you everything. I give you my house. I give you my kids. I give you my coaching business." I wasn't even making money at that point anyways. Like I was losing money every year. But I just said, "I give you control. You know, what I'm doing now is not working." And you know what? He came in so beautifully after that. He was always there. But I praise God for what he did in my life and the miracles that he led us through. And I just want to tell you that this is not just true for me. Like this, we serve a miracle working God. If you don't think that you have the way to do the desires that he's calling you into, that's okay. I would have never guessed that. Well, maybe he's going to put our home up for auction 17 different times, and then it's not going to go through any of those times. Oh my gosh, I would have never thought of that. So I'm just saying, don't limit yourself because of your natural circumstances. So this is from Hebrews 10:23 in the Passion Translation. "Wrap your heart tightly around the hope that lives within us, knowing God always keeps his promises." Okay, I had to put this slide in here because there was a question I asked. I can't even remember what date, but I said, "What would you do? How would you act if you knew 100% of the promises and the words and the truth in the Bible are true?" And people said they would be fearless, they would be bold, they would be confident. Guys, this is true for us right now. Whether our natural circumstances aren't that way, we are walking in a heavenly kingdom, okay? We serve a whole different king, and we get to walk in that truth. So that's just the mindset that I want you to have in regards to a business, in regards to an income that can do more for you, your family, the kingdom, and for those clients that he's calling you to impact. So in 2020, I was so desperate to quit my soul-sucking job. So I decided to go all in. Now, I already told this story, so I'm going to condense it very much, but I paid a lot of money. For a consulting agency, I did a lot of Facebook ads. I had 300 women in my Facebook group that I paid for. And when I launched my $67 offer, no one bought it. So I asked my husband to pray with me that night. "God, take this desire for coaching out of my heart. This is so clearly not working." And he didn't. The next morning, I somehow find myself in a messenger conversation with a loving Christian coach. And I just want to tell you that things can turn around really, really quickly. She saw me, she worked with me, she helped me with everything that was missing in the past. Now, how does this apply to you? I just want to tell you that all of the struggles, the years of frustration, the 8 years of coaching where I lost money every single year have led me to be completely obsessed with helping people fast track this process with less time, less money, and way less tears. Holy cow, did I cry a lot during those years. I nearly gave up time and time again, but God made me with a heart for persevering so I can walk alongside of you, hold your hand, and pray for you in the hard times, and be the biggest cheerleader when you win. So I want you to meet Marla. She's a biblical counselor. She says working with Carrie was amazing. Okay, stick with me. I'm going to read this really quickly. She says, before I began working with Carrie, I was struggling with seeing consistent income. I was all over the place, tons of ideas. I didn't know for how to grow and just what direction to go in. All I had a hard time narrowing things down and was lacking clarity. And I really wanted to find someone who I knew was in alignment with me as a believer. How I feel right now about my business and life after working with Carrie is drastically different. As a result, I feel more freedom, more satisfaction in the work I'm doing, and more content with the pace and the progress that's coming in the day-to-day, week-to-week, and month-to-month growing my business. Before Carrie, I was struggling with being able to go month to month financially in my business, and now I'm seeing consistent months. But most importantly, she helped me solve problems in the way that was spirit-led, prayer-filled, and was just exactly what I needed to figure out what's the next step. And so then overcoming the fear to go there. If you're looking for someone who is particularly financially savvy, a business-minded coach, biblical values, and rooted in truth, who's going to just debunk the fear and the lies that are rolling around in your head, Carrie's amazing at it, and she's incredible. So the things we're going to be covering today are the 3 secrets. Secret number 1 is how to structure your business and deliver your offer using that high-touch hybrid, so you can skyrocket your income without doing draining launches or posting on social media every single day. Secret number 2 is how to get spirit-led sales and enroll 1 high-ticket client a week, even if you hate marketing or selling. And secret number 3 is how to quickly scale, even if you don't want an influencer status type following or you don't want to work full time. Secret number 1. Now, some coaches might think, well, yes, I would love to deliver a high touch offer, a high ticket offer, however you want to say that, but I'm not enough of an expert. And so I just want to tell you another little story is, again, I felt the exact same way. I know what it's like to struggle financially. You just heard my story. I didn't want to leave anyone behind, but coaching and offering offers for $67, for $297, it's not going to get you the results that you want and people the results that they need, because people who pay attention. People do need to invest in themselves to have skin in the game and get the best results. I told you about those coaching calls that I did that for free. And again, no one took them seriously. I mean, are you going to do the homework if you paid for, like, let's say someone gifted you a $10,000 course. You're like, okay, that's cool, amazing. Or what if you had to pay $10,000 for a course? Like, which one are you going to put more time, effort, and energy into? I'm just saying that you as a coach are going to be more fulfilled, and your clients are actually going to get better results when they pay. So for many of you who are working full-time, who are even working part-time, maybe you are homeschooling, you have kids, like, we need to leverage our time and energy so you don't burn out and serve at a high level. So again, back in, even just 3 years ago, I wanted to replace my school job. So I, again, thought with that $67 offer, okay, I just need 75 of those a month to make $5,000. However, as I started looking into this and when I started working with that new coach, she's like, Carrie, you just need 2 clients a month at 2.5K. And so selling 1 high ticket, now, what is considered high ticket? I believe a high ticket, a high value offer is anything at $1,500 or more. And every single one of you can or should have at least 1 offer that is $1,500. These offers weren't any harder to sell. And you can also serve them at a much deeper level because you can have more contact, more intimacy with them. I know what's going on in my client's life on a day-to-day basis. I didn't even have 75 women in my email list at that time when I was thinking I could get 75 people at $67. But once I put this new system into play, again, April of 2020 is when I made my $67 offer that no one bought. But my very next offer was $2,000. And after I did that, it was 14.5K in 53 days. All of a sudden, oh my gosh, did that open up a whole new world for me? I was suddenly able to pay for family vacations to the beach. In Minnesota, that's a really important thing to me. I could employ a virtual assistant and tell myself that this was going to be my very last year at the school. So when things weren't coming together before that, I thought it was working more, working harder, more offers, hustling more. But the real secret was to let go of all the low ticket things that I had been doing and just create one high value and irresistible hybrid offer. So what do you need to do to triple your income? I want you to skip the months and the years of frustration and being at risk of either quitting or burning out and doing it right from the start. So setting up a high touch hybrid gets you results, gets your clients results, and it's a model that you and your family love. I'll be talking more about the structure of that in just a minute. Now, each client, okay, actually, I'm going to go into that right now. This is what a high touch hybrid looks like. You have a 3-tier offer. It is the same information, but at the bottom, this is sometimes considered, a course, a program. This is a do-it-yourself thing that is going to be a lower priced offer. If you get on a sales call and they're like, yes, I would love to work with you, and then just financially, it's not a wise investment for them at the time, then you have this to fall back on. They still get the information, the education, the training to be able to move forward in their business. So you can serve them that way. Then you have this basis of education and training. On top of that, you can offer group coaching. So everyone is going through the course, the training, the education. This is the stuff that people need to go through. There's a foundation there. It's the things that you're teaching again and again and again. Well, we're going to take your time and leverage it by putting it in the program. They watch that, again, meeting them where they're at. Some people are like, I am going to get this up and running in a month. And then I have a coach in my program right now who is working full time as a CPA. This is a really busy season for her. And so she's going to go through things a little bit more slowly, and that's okay. If you have a baby, if you're getting married, if you're just need to take things in a step-by-step or inch-by-inch basis, this program is going to serve you because you go through that at your own pace. But the group coaching, we all come together. It's a mastermind of incredible godly wisdom from a bunch of different women in different areas. Then, so again, you have your course, your training, your education. That's tier 1. That plus the group is tier 2, but then you can also offer a higher price one, which is the one-on-one. So even all my one-on-ones, they go through the training and the education in the course. So this leverages my time. Most of the time, my one-on-ones are a lot shorter because I'm not teaching them. They get to go through the program. They get the worksheets, everything there, and they're doing the education part on their own time. Okay, so we're not trading, one-on-one time for money. But when I get a one-on-one, I'm excited now because it's priced at a way that I feel really still values me. So again, you might be thinking, well, I'm just starting out, or I'm not enough of an expert yet to charge high ticket, or my niche won't pay. People won't pay me that kind of price. Well, again, I am going to just challenge you with that because that's just a thought. We talked about the thought model, how you change that, and what is actually a more empowering way to think about that. What could I put into a program that I could charge a little more for? Okay, we just need to be creative. I know you can sell a program that's, $1,500 or more. And so we work together very specifically on your messaging and positioning. It's just an exchange of value. How much is it worth to solve the problem that you are helping with? And then you also need to understand that there's a marketing side and then there's a fulfillment side. Now, the marketing, this is what we get from the market research. What do your people want? What do they think they need? What are they going to pay for? But then you and I, as the coach, we have been through this and we're like, well, this is what they need, you know? So, I mean, even my ladies, they're not like, well, I need to be more rooted in the identity of who God made me to be, even though I know that that's a huge thing that they need. I'm going to give them that, but they don't say that. So that's not exactly a marketing point. I talk about how to, those women who feel made for more, that know they want to be coaches, that want to have an impact for themselves, their family, their client, and a bigger impact for God. Though that's what my people want. Okay. So there's two different sides here. What you are doing, that's always going to be what you're doing. Sometimes we just need to talk about it a little differently. And are you marketing a Band-Aid solution when they really need surgery? We need to look at, is what you're doing, is it getting them results? Do you feel confident in talking about it and putting it out there? And again, you don't need to have arrived. Man, this one held me back for years. You only need to be a couple steps ahead of where your clients want to be. Okay, secret number 2, how to get sales and enroll one high-ticket client a week, even if you hate selling and you can't get anyone to buy your low-ticket offer. So guys, these are all things that were in my head too. This is why I can talk about this so authentically. Now, when I started out, this was definitely a thought of mine. Well, I'm not good at sales. I'm not good at marketing, social media, technology, content creation, like all the things we have to do. And I just thought I had to do more of that to get more clients. But so I did. In my first 6 months of coaching, I was posting daily. I was trying to be active in other people's groups. I remember a program I was in that time was like, just add value. And so I joined, oh my gosh, I'm still unsubscribing from some of those groups that I joined, like where I was trying to answer everyone's questions and, just be the person who was super helpful. And I mean, that's great. There's nothing wrong with that, but that is not sustainable, especially for an introvert like myself. So I actually had a coaching client come to me because on a sales call with another Christian company, that person told her that they needed to prepare to spend 4 hours a day on Facebook. I was like, oh my dear Lord, no, that is not okay for anyone. Now, I love my coaching clients. I'm just not a huge fan of marketing all the live long day. That's not what I got into coaching for. So I'm guessing you are the same. Like, you get into coaching because you know you can help others. You have that heart. And it's not, you didn't get into coaching to be marketing and all those other things. So I decided to test all the different launch strategies. I did a virtual event. That was 2 6-hour days. I have done a 3-day, a 5-day, a 10-day challenge. I have done workshops. I have done masterclasses. I have done webinars. And let me tell you, the craziest thing is, honestly, I got about 3 to 5 clients from every single one of them. So now I have developed a masterclass Mad Libs process where I just ask you a bunch of questions, and within 48 hours, I just hand you the script to get yourself clients. So you can master your marketing with one rinse and repeat tool so that you can speed up the process of hitting your goals with a proven system. So again, a lot of people I hear, well, just like things have felt so difficult. Maybe I wasn't made for this, or I just need to do more to get clients. And I just want to tell you again that this will lead to burnout. This is not leading to a sustainable business that you love. And your family is going to be like, what are you doing? And so this is a high touch done with you program where you're going to start out with a business in a box. You're not starting from scratch. I'm going to give you every single template, swipe, script, content matrix, and again, the masterclass in minutes, step-by-step instructions, guidance, and feedback with everything you need to get from where you're at to doubling or tripling your monthly revenue. And number 3, well, what if you don't have a big list? What if you don't want to work full-time? That's awesome. Because when I hit 14.5K in my business in 53 days, I had less than 200 people total in my group. That group of 300 women, I left them in the dust. I was like, I felt so embarrassed to have made that $67 offer with no one buying it that I was just ready to start from scratch. And that's okay. So I want to tell you too that everyone starts from somewhere. So I started new. I organically built up a Facebook group, but when I made this amount of money, I had less than 200 people in it, and I didn't even have an email list. So I was still working my full-time job. There was a 50-minute commute to and from, and I'm a total introvert. And although I love people, it just wasn't me to be DMing or posting all day long. And so you might be thinking, okay, well, Carrie, this sounds great and all, but I don't know how to fill in the blank. Like, what is your thing? Is it feeling confident in God's calling on your life? Are you ready to stop playing smaller, stop with self-sabotage? Do you know how to do the market research and develop something that your clients want, need, and will pay for? Maybe it's packaging your gifts, talents, and passions into a one-of-a-kind, uniquely you offer. Find the right training portal, get your program set up, price what you're doing, market and find clients the easy way, or do sales calls without feeling weird, awkward, or salesy. And be profitable so you can make your family proud, you can impact others, and give generously. And so I just want to remind you, you do not need a big audience. You do not need to be doing this full time, and you don't need to have a marketing degree. If you can follow step-by-step instructions and you have a heart to be obedient to God, that's literally everything you need. So we have covered 3 secrets to starting or leveraging a profitable coaching business. And so I want to invite you to think about, pray about the Prosperous Coach Mastermind. This is a done with you program. I want you to build a business that you love and that you're proud of. So we will walk together as you learn the steps to partner with God so that you can have a consistent and profitable, sustainable business by packaging all that God has given you into a high-touch hybrid program that your clients love and allows you to work part-time while doubling or tripling your monthly revenue. This is a 6-month program. However, if you do not get a return on your investment back in those 6 months, we will continue working together until you do. It's not one of those programs that you're like, oh, darn, your 6 months up was yesterday. Sorry, see you later. No, things happen, life happens. If you aren't getting to where you need to be, we're going to continue to work together. So as long as you don't give up, you're going to get there. So you get the online training, the education, the videos, the playbooks, the worksheets, templates, swipe files, content matrix, and scripts of every single thing you will need. You get weekly live coaching with unlimited time for you. So if you have one question or you have 28, we're going to get everything answered. You also have unlimited Voxer coaching with myself. So if you have a question on Monday morning at 8 o'clock, I want you to have an answer. Now, this is for women who want to package their passion and purpose into an offer that they love and are excited to talk about. Women who are ready to stop playing small, they have a big God-sized vision and know they're just made for more. And women who are starting from scratch, or maybe they've already started, but they just feel like they're floundering a bit. Here's another thing that I love about my program. You also get 3 additional coaches. Dr. Darlene, she is a Christian neurosurgeon, a neuroscientist. Vanessa Chavez, if you have been in the prayer and prophetic hours, you know that she is a pastor, she is a prophetic consultant. We all hear from God, but man, she has a different connection. So whether it's strategy, mindset, encouragement, she is able to hear from God and be like, okay, Carrie, this is what he has for you today. This is what he wants you to know. This is what strategy he wants you to use. Like, how amazing is that? And then as an option, Cassandra Aguilon is a Facebook and Instagram ads expert. When you're starting out, do not do ads. But if this is an option and you really want to supercharge what you're doing, you can start attending these later on. So if you work full-time or you can't make the calls, we do have replays for every single event, but you also can submit questions ahead of time, just to make sure that you are getting your needs met. So these amazing coaches, you also get, look at my sweet virtual assistant, Ellen. You get 2 hours a month with her so you can get out of overwhelm. I have seen this stop people time and time again. And so that's why, again, when I talked about creating offers, where do you see your clients getting stopped? I saw it with, creating graphics, creating slideshows, the technology, the connections. How do I connect my email address to this landing page? Just things like that. So what do you get stuck on? If you knew that you could get everything off of your to-do list, like what would that do for your business? Now, it's also amazing because she and I have worked together for over 2 years. So you have my full encouragement and backing in this is a person that I trust. You don't have to go out and wonder if, you pay someone, if they're going to take all your passwords and your money. Like, you just don't even have to worry about that. So, yes, I just wanted to say that she is pure joy. She is extremely competitive and she is a hard worker, full of integrity. She's a beautiful graphic designer, like literally look at all my stuff. And she has a great mind for tech and helping you with the issues that take way too long for me to figure out. She is a Christian. She prays for me and my business and will pray for yours too. So the number one reason why people feel like they don't or can't get started, well, it's not the right time, or I already know that none of you have money sitting around in the bank for this, right? That you're not sure you're ready, or maybe you don't feel enough of an expert. And I just want to say, again, those are thoughts of scarcity. Enemy comes in to steal, kill, and destroy. But God, he doesn't call the equipped. He equips the called. This wouldn't be a walk of faith if you knew you had every single thing and it was easy and it was all laid out. Like, there's no faith in that. And there is no lack in God's kingdom. So I just want you to keep yourself in the game. Okay. Don't take yourself out before you even know what this might be like. So I already talked about Voxer. Okay, so you get the academy, you get all the live coaching, you get assistance from my personal VA and Voxer Access. So pricing this individually, the value of this is $17,399. Now, obviously, I'm not going to charge you that much. That's ridiculous. I have paid for a $30,000 program and I got so little in return that just does not feel good to anyone. But if all this did was to give you a complete path from your vision to packaging up your gifts, putting them into the world, wouldn't that be worth $17,000? Or if this, all it did was give you the vehicle to say yes to God, to his plan, to his purpose, to be obedient to what he was calling you to do. Wouldn't that be worth 17,000? Or strengthen your obedience, faith, trust, and deepen your relationship with God as you build out this business. Now, you can get started today for actually only $350. So if this is something that you are thinking about, I would really encourage you to pray about it. Talk to anyone who might have, a need to talk to. Definitely go to God. Ask him, is this program the next right step for me? Talk to your husband, your spouse. And if you are thinking of if you're even 5% interested, I want you to go to uplevelyouroffer.com/now. There is going to be a little bit more information about the program, but also an application and how to apply. You do not need to put down the $350 today. I just want to let you know that I'll talk about my spirit-led price plans in a second, but I do also have one spot. This is for a VIP. So we talked about the 3 tiers. What I'm mostly focusing on today is the group coaching. So you get all the training and the education, plus group coaching, plus Voxer, all my coaches, but I have one spot for unlimited one-on-ones. So I had 2 of these, but one got taken this morning. Congrats to that person. And so if you are like, yep, I am doing this, but I really want to go quickly, this might be another amazing option for you. Unlimited one-on-ones. So like I said before, for both the group and the one-on-one, there is a guaranteed return on your investment. Now, again, book a call. If you guys know my heart, I am not pushy, I'm not salesy. If it's not a great fit or I am just sensing too many hesitations, I'm not going to even suggest this. But if you apply by next Wednesday, which I think is March 1st, you jump on this. We're going to do a 90-minute fast track call. This is a one-on-one call, even for anyone in the group. So that we can set your goals, develop your customized plan of action, possibly even do a sozo, which is a healing for any of the mindset stuff that you have going on. You'll get the content matrix tool, which is 365, templates to engage, educate, that you can use for social medias, and then the serve, don't sell sales script so that you're never going to feel weird on a sales script or a sales call again. So again, I think the number one thing that holds people back is fear. And so I just want to share some scripture about that. Perfect love, God's love casts out fear. And God does not give us the spirit of fear, but he gives us the power of love and a sound mind. We are God's handiwork, created in Christ Jesus to do good works, which God prepared in advance for us to do. If coaching is one of those good works that he prepared for you to do in advance, I am encouraging you to step into this. And he is able to bless you abundantly so that in all things, at all times, having all that you need, you will abound in every good work. There's a lot of all that you need in there, right? Okay. So here we go. We're going to draw for the scholarships. Thanks you guys also for just being so great this week. We have Alexis, we've got Cheryl, we have Brooke, Christine, your name's in here, Mary, Chris, Lindsay. Okay, so I don't want anyone to fall out. Now, I did say that you need to be on live, so let's hope they're on live, okay? I don't think she is. Jen Rogers. I'm going to stop sharing so I can see who is here. Jen is not here. Okay, I'm so sorry, Jen. I hate that. We're going to go to the second person. Sonia. Bria, who's also, wait, whose iPhone? If you can just type your name into the chat. I don't want to pass you up in case I'm calling you. Okay, we got to keep going. Christine, you are the winner. Yay! So happy for you. Yay. Christine, come on. How are you feeling?
I feel great because I said, Lord, I need this. I need this. And I
Awesome.
just sit down in this chair. I said, Lord, she's so awesome. I really want my name to be poured this Friday. I did.
There it is.
I
All
called
right.
it forth. Hallelujah.
Yeah. All right, my friend. Well, I am excited to work with you. And again, thank you everyone for being on here. Yeah, if you're considering it, I can't even remember what the link is, but I will put it in the chat and just, pray about it, think about it. And if not, I hope you got a lot of value out of this. I love you all. Have a great rest of your day. Bye.